It's no secret that the American people are known for defending themselves. Admiral Yamamoto, a well known and well respected military official of the Japanese army in World War II, spoke and said that behind every blade of grass, there would be a rifle. Admiral Yamamoto was scared of the American people, and rightfully so. Frankly, I'm not sure the same could be said today. My name is Joseph Pemberton. I'm a member of Army ROTC here at the University of Missouri. I've had a passion for self defense for the last 10 years of my life. I'm a proud gun owner and an advocate for gun ownership all across America. Today I'll be going over three main points, and that is I'll be telling you how guns have saved American lives. I'll be explaining to you how guns can protect you without even being used, and sharing with you why common gun solutions just won't work. Gun ownership has saved American lives and will continue to do so for generations. And we know this because we can look back in our history. World War I, World War II, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, all important timestamps in American history. They all have one common thing. Guns were used as a tool to defend the American way of life, our American freedoms. A post made by Noah Sucherman, an assistant professor of history at the Chinese University of Hong Kong, illustrates the true purpose of the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment, which is up here on the screen, is the gun ownership amendment in America. It's what allows us to bear arms and have that right protected. It's been a hot topic of discussion for decades and decades. What's important about his post that he made for the Washington Post is he didn't focus on any one aspect of it. He just emphasized what the founding fathers meant when they created it. And that is that it was meant for the people. Not the army, not the government, but the free American citizen. He's talking about you. The best way to talk about how guns save lives is with real life examples. A book here called Guns Save Lives by Robert A. Waters is filled with real, true American stories of how guns were a deciding factor in the fate of children, the elderly, people just like you. I'm going to share one story that I read that was pretty moving to me about a serial rapist at the University of North Carolina. This man had been terrorizing this university and its inhabitants for years and years, doing these unspeakable things to women. And it took not the police, not an investigator, it took a well-armed victim to stop him. The individual that wasn't named in the post chose to remain anonymous, was being victimized when she reached into her bedside table, pulled out her firearm that she had for self-defense, and shot this serial rapist 4 times in the chest. And I know that this might sound gruesome, but it's important to understand that this is real life stuff. We got to grasp the reality of it. The man was later DNA identified and linked to several rapes across this university. Justice was served, and this woman was protected. No one saved her but herself. She has to look out for number one. This individual had numerous sexual assault crimes already under his belt, and he was never once made a victim, made a target for investigation. It took the woman doing what she had to do. She had to look out for her. You can't rely on others to defend you all the time. My main point here is that every American that is able-bodied and can pass a background check should own a firearm. A quote by Robert A. Heinlein states that an armed society is a polite society. And what this quote really signifies is the way that relationships happen, the way that people fear this tool. If everyone knows the consequence of performing an action is as serious as meeting a firearm, it's much less likely to happen in the first place. Just the presence of that firearm makes all the difference. Tell me, if you were going to rob a house, wouldn't you choose the house that you know wasn't armed? It'd be safer for you. I know that this can work because it already has, right here in America. And I know that you can't really see this map, but this is a map of a place called Kennesaw, Georgia. Now, Kennesaw, Georgia passed a city ordinance requiring each individual that lived there to own at least one firearm in the household. This ordinance was filled with debate on how it would affect the American way of life in Kennesaw, Georgia. People expected crimes to skyrocket, all sorts of different things. But what shocked America is what really happened. In just 1 year, the violent crime rate in Kennesaw, Georgia dropped by 74%. A year later, that rate dropped another 45%. And to this day, Kennesaw, Georgia has remained one of the lowest crime cities in America. These rates have stayed low. People dispute these claims with multiple statistics about gun violence, but the reality is as many violent crimes that happen in America don't happen with guns as you'd think. 43.6 million violent crimes were reported by the Justice Bureau just last year. Only 1.3 of those crimes were committed with a gun. Once again, I'm not sure if you can see the pie chart here, but what it is it's 97% to 3% of violent crimes with guns being the 3%. Bad people are going to do bad things. And what these numbers really signify is the fact that we need to arm up ourselves. Bad people are going to do bad things. Also reported in the same document, 40% of the people that are in the 3% obtained their firearms through illegal means. Taking them from the good people of America is only going to disarm the good people. Imagine a world where good people are equipped to have a fair battle. In today's society, firearms have grown in strength and power to a point that we need them to even the playing field. Statistics support and prove that arming the good people of America is the best way to ensure safety of the American way of life. Bad people don't fight fair, and I think it's time to even the playing field. Today I went over real accounts of guns saving lives. I explained how they can act as a deterrent to crime. And I've shared some of the ways that gun control just doesn't work. The American people need to arm up once more and defend the American way of life. They need to defend themselves again. We become reliant as a society on other people for our safety and well-being. Get out there. Get educated. Almost all gun ranges and gun stores have classes about gun safety and gun ownership. Pop in, you'll be surprised just how accommodating these individuals are. In lieu of our current situation here with COVID, it's never been more paramount that the American person, the American individual, can defend themselves. I'll end you with a quote. In the eyes of many, the gun owner is a fool, save for one day. In this case, I hope to stay a fool for as long as possible. Thank you for your time, and remember, stay strapped or get clapped. Thank you very much.